and welcome to Playstation Network. We're live on PSN and we're live on YouTube. Before we get started, let me just do something real quick. If you're watching me from YouTube, please take a moment, hit like button, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm starting, so you don't end up watching it after the fact or whatever. Please comment down below any live streams. When you leave comments, I might be able to see them. I will not be able to respond by typing until the live stream is over. When live stream's over, all comments will be read and replied to on my phone. Okay, guys? I'm not sure if I could see comments while I'm playing, while I'm on gameplay right now. So I'm not even sure if I can see comments from PlayStation Network either. I do know I can see anybody watching the stream from PlayStation Network. I know I can do that, but YouTube, I don't know. So I'm assuming that I'm completely in the dark. So if you're watching me from YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification bell. Alright guys, thank you very much. You're watching from PlayStation Network. Please follow me and comment down below. Now let's get into the video. Armored Core 101. Well, this is very simple. There will be no gameplay. I'm going to explain a little bit more about this game because most of the players that are getting back into Armored Core has started a little late in the game, so they don't know proper etiquette when playing one-player games. Now you have to understand, about 80% of the new players that are playing this game have only played Armored Core Verdict Day. Now, if you've only played Armored Core Verdict Day, then you know what? You have never played Armored Core in your entire life. Even this game is nothing like the original ones. The original ones were 15 times better than this one and Verdict Day put together. This game does not hold a candle to the old games. The old games were much more in-depth. They had much more depth to storyline. The beginner's parts in the very beginning were more readily available. The missions were ready to go. The missions were doable. They had more missions available in the beginning. And you were able to at least progress, even if you weren't able to progress through the main storyline like you wanted to. There was a way to progress through an alternative storyline. See, in the original games, they had 3 different directions you can go to depending on what missions you passed. And the missions that you completed end up getting you better rewards. For example, better parts in the shop. That also depended on what decisions you made. Now, some of that pertains to this game as well. Let me explain. First of all, when you play this game, first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the parts shop. Because you're going to want to update your mech or your AC. So you're just going to go through the store and you're going to purchase stuff in the store with the money you have up in the upper right hand corner. Now you have to understand, it's not as simple as buying stuff that you need. Granted, you're going to look and say, okay, I want a burst rifle. Let's look at the statistics. You push triangle. Statistics are right there. You can see whether you like it or don't like it. Is it what you're looking for? Are you looking for ammunition? Are you looking for rifles, machine guns, whatever? Whatever you need, stats are here. Okay, guys? But the thing is, everything in this game costs money. And once you spend it, it's spent. But if you sell the part, in the past, you sold it for the same exact price as you bought it. In this game, you have to be very careful. Because in the new game, starting this one, whenever you buy a part, if you sell it, you're selling it for a little bit, not a lot, only a little bit less money than you bought it for. So when you buy a part, make sure it's exactly what you need. Otherwise, you are massively in trouble. Some people buy every part in the shop and they don't need it. Eventually they won't need it. Or they'll need something else, so they need money right now. So they'll sell every part in their inventory and realize they have less money. That's because when you sell it, it sells for less money than you bought it. Why? I don't know, but that's just the way the game is rolling now. Even though From Software has the name on this game, Namco is in charge of this game. Starting Armored Core Verdict Day, starting Armored Core Verdict Day, Namco was put in charge of the games. From Software has not done a full game since the first 3 games. You have to understand, From Software, I think, did the first 3 Armored Core games. Armored Core Masters of Arena was the last From Software Armored Core game. After that it was all about. After that it was all yeah. After that it was all about I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry. After that it was all about oh geez, my brain's not working now. All right. Me doing these type of streams this late at night is not a good thing. But this has to be done. Absolutely has to be done. Because there are a lot of players in this game that have played this. You have to understand, this game has been around for a long time. This game has been around for such a long time that the first game was created in PlayStation 1. And it's been going ever since. Every PlayStation they had maybe 2, 3, 4 games produced for every PlayStation they made. And I own, so far, every single one. So far. Now if they make one for PS5, I won't be buying it. Because I will not be buying a PS5. PS5 is a waste of money. It's garbage. It's too expensive. I won't pay that much money for it. Forget it. PS4 is my last system I'm buying. I'm not wasting my money on a game system that costs more than a brand new car. No. This was my last system I was buying. So I was really glad that they came up with a one-player version of this game. Now that back to one-player version, I had noticed some things were different. This game is much, much different than the old days. In the old days, you'd have building the AC. This seems pretty much exactly the same. The only thing that's different is The original Armored Core games had assembly. Assembly looked similar to this. Yes, it had your typical selection right here. Then it had the core, head, arms. Yes, that's normal. They had the booster, the FCS, and the extension. That an extension was added, was always in the game. The only thing is, the extensions were only added as prizes for with certain missions. If you took certain missions, they made missions very, very easy. In the original PlayStation 1 game, there are certain missions that had no pay. And the only thing they gave you was one extension part as payment. That was it. It was easy as hell. They made it sound like it was really hard. When you tried it, it was really easy. And they gave you the extension because they wanted to make sure that everybody had it. If you didn't do that mission and you missed it, you missed the chance of getting that part. Assembly extension parts were never actually given and offered for sale until Armored Core Project Phantasmic came out. Then extension parts were offered in the shop, in the Raven's Nest shop, for sale. And then and only then you can purchase them. But in the beginning, you had to actually earn them. And the ones you earned were very handy. They were very handy. They weren't broken, but they came in very handy. Now, the extensions are meant to give your core an upgrade. Allow your core to do something that it can't do. For example, if your core needs a boost in its armor, let's say your core needs let's say your head needs more accuracy, your core needs more armor. Let's say you'd really like to have stealth. See, the last one of the final extensions they ever created was a stealth chip. You were able to install what's called the stealth chip. And the stealth chip allowed you to be invisible toward radar detectors. In the original PlayStation, radars, rear-mounted radars, had stealth added to the radars. Now, in this version, this version has no mention of radars whatsoever. They have no mention of radars in the heads, no external radars on the rear mounts, nothing. It's just the figure pops up in front of you magically out of nowhere. This game is great. This game is nothing like the original games. There's no explanations, there's no details, there's nothing. There's no radars. There's actually no radars per se. No radar detections, no radar range. I mean, granted, they do have a fire control system, thank God. I'm lucky they even have that. But if you really think about it, the fire control system is really nothing that special. I mean, a fire control system is supposed to be really important. But at this rate, they make it seem like it's like, See, now the fire control system is supposed to be attached to the weapons only. Fire control system is supposed to be attached to the weapons and the radar. In the old days, the fire control system controlled all your weapons that have locks. Okay, guys? Any weapons that are capable of locks, they need you to lock on. The fire control system does that. Okay? That's all it does. The fire control system also works with your radar to provide your radar with the information that it needs. And the radar gives the information to your HUD. And that's where you get the information about your enemies from. The fire control system in the old days had to be the same company as your radar. If your radar was made by a different company, you didn't get the information on your HUD. And that's where the tricks came in. You had to be very careful what missions you did in what order. You had to be very cautious. You had to make sure you did certain missions, otherwise you screwed yourself over. Because if you burn certain companies in this game, the parts they sell will no longer be available to you if they find out that you did it. The big corporations back in the old days were Miracumo, Millennium, Chrome, and they had a handful of others, small ones here and there. You wanted to get in the good graces of Chrome and Miracumo, because they manufactured the most parts. You wanted to try your best not to piss them off too much, otherwise you're screwed. Do big missions for the big two. Really big missions for the big two. Always do the hard missions for the big two. Always. Once in a while, do missions for the little guys. Because if you throw the little guys a bone here and there, whatever parts they make will be available to you as well. Save up your credits, do not spend them, because when the parts unlock, you'll have those parts available to you. As soon as you do another mission, if it pisses off that company, those parts are no longer in your shop. Remember one thing, once you piss off a corporation in this game, you're burned. And if they find out it was you that did it, you'll never see the parts they made ever again. You're screwed. So you have to understand a couple of things. Be careful what missions you do, because if there's parts you want and you don't have money for it, if you do that mission, that part will no longer be available to you anymore. So it's tricky. It really is. This game is more complicated than it should be. This game is a lot more complicated than it should be. And I don't think that Namco or Bandai even took this into consideration when they made this. I think From Software helped them and gave them an idea on how it should be. I don't think they took them that seriously, because I pissed off one corporation already, and already I see their parts in the shop. And I pissed off one corporation, major. I majorly pissed them off. I'll show you what corporation I'm talking about. There's one corporation I pissed off more than anything. And already they have a mission for me. Right there. I previously did a mission. I was told to invade, take over the wall, and destroy anything inside and everything inside and out. Now the people who are in charge of the wall want me to come in and inspect the survivors and retrieve the data from them. In a way, they're paying me to seal my own fate. Now, if they're paying me to seal my own fate, then I better be getting paid alive. Because as soon as I retrieve those combat logs, they're going to know that it's me, and I'm in trouble. So, always pay attention when you're invading something. Always pay attention to the corporation you're invading, because that corporation is going to burn you as soon as you finish the mission. That corporation will burn you. I can guarantee it. Now I completed that mission successfully. Now the company wants to hire me to retrieve combat logs so they can confirm that was me. And I'm only going to get paid 10 grand for the job. At the end of the mission, an AC is going to come flying out of nowhere and try to kill me. And I'm only getting paid 10 grand for the job. That's it. And I'm going to have a hugely hard fight on my hands. They're looking to get back at me for invading their territory. This is the perfect way to do that. So you need to be very careful with certain missions. Missions like this, that they don't give you a lot of money, look like they're easy, because it's still early in the game. But you need to be very careful, because if you invade or do a combat invasion mission, do not do a follow-up mission in the same place with a different corporation. Ever. Because that corporation is looking to find out who did this. And they think it might be me. They want to have me go in there and scan all these people, and they realize it's me. So they're going to immediately send in another Raven to kick my ass. I know how all this works. I've been through all this before. So missions like this are suicide mission, because you're going to end up spending more money than you're making. You're only making 10 grand. You're going to have to go into a full-fledged firefight with another AC. When you're only getting paid 10 grand to do so. So it's not worth it. And that's so early in the game. The only other choice you have is early in the game. You have this one, which is more money. But this one's much harder. A lot harder. This one, for what I remember with this mission, and this mission is, they want you to investigate the Battle's Arsenal number 2. And they want to know why the Arsenal went silent. Now, I believe this might have been the third mission. Some corporation paid you to invade this arsenal right here. You invaded the arsenal and completely took out all the MTs in this arsenal. So You invaded this arsenal, you wiped it clean, it was empty. Now, the company that owns the arsenal, BOWS, is paying you $180 to investigate why it went silent. You already know why it went silent. You're the one that did it. But here's the difference. Ready? They're paying me $180,000. Now, if they know that's me that did this, and then they send an AC at me, I'll take this. You want to know why? Because I'm getting paid more. And the rules of this game are, if they hire you for something, you complete the mission successfully, they have to pay you. They can backstab you, yes, but the law says they have to pay you. If you complete the mission, then they have to pay you. By law, they have to pay you. Even if your operator aborts you, you have to get paid. So, knowing this, if you see 180 and you accept that mission, if you complete the mission, in other words, if the operator tells you mission complete, you're done, I'm pulling you out now, mission complete, done. That means you're getting paid 180 regardless if it was done or if it's not. Why? Because these corporations give the money to the operators, and then whatever operator, the person that talks to you, has the money. Once you accept it, the money is given to the operator, and if you complete the mission, the operator gives the money to you. If you don't complete the mission, the money goes back to the company. That's the way this works. That's the way this game has always worked. So, the problem is, if you don't complete the mission, your AC needs to be repaired, ammunition needs to be refreshed. All this costs credits and money. And if you fail the mission, you don't get money, but you still have to pay for all those repairs. So now, when you have missions like this that you can't beat, and missions like this that you're afraid to do, you're screwed. Because now you know if you do this, you're not going to get paid enough. If you do this, you will get paid enough, but you're not sure. But let's say you can't beat this one at all. You're screwed. You don't know what to do. You're caught between a rock and a hard place. Because now you only have 2 missions to do, and one you're afraid to do, another one you can't finish. You can't beat it. So you don't know what to do. Because if you dare to even approach a mission that you already invaded the territory, if someone's asking you to find more information about who did this, and asking you to perform the investigation, do not do it. Take the harder mission, take the loss. Because I'm telling you right now, if you do this, it's a trap. Guarantee it's a trap. This is a trap. This may be too hard. You may not be able to complete it, but at least you won't fall into that trap. So, this is obviously, I invaded this. I already know this is probably either a trap or somebody else took it over. And I'm here to make sure that, again, the people that took it over, I'm making sure that the people that took it over are not there. Are not still there. Because when I completed this mission, I might have left 1 or 2 people behind. So, maybe. This is a pretty big board. So, It might have been possible. Plus, there's a lot of MTs in there. So, I don't know. I will tell you this. This mission involves MTs that I've never came across before. Now, an MT is nothing compared to an armored core. What this MT does, I looked in the garage in the store, and I can't find one part that counters it. Why? Because this game has no radars. Because this game has no radars, if this game had a radar, I'll be able to use whatever head or radar that would be good to counter whatever this is doing. Because this game has no radars, I can't just buy a part that could counter whatever it's doing. So this mission, whatever this mission is doing to me, I have to roll with it. I have no choice. I can't counterattack this mission at all. Because the parts do not exist in this game yet to counter that. I have to complete the mission by instinct alone. And instinct alone, considering it's been since PlayStation 2, that's the last time I played a one-player Armored Core, was PlayStation 2. So, I mean, this is ridiculous. It's been so long since I played a one-player Armored Core. I almost forgotten how to play it. That's how long it's been. And to break out my PS2 and start on PlayStation 1, start playing the old games again, that's ridiculous. Because I beat all of them. Why should I play them all over again? But I'm about ready to jump in there and start playing them all over again just so I can get used to it. Because this is borderline ridiculous. Granted, Sega did make an Armored Core for PlayStation, a single-player Armored Core for PlayStation 3. Sega's version of this game sucked so bad. I played it 3 times and I just didn't bother. This game is pretty close to Verdict Day, but the game mechanics of this game is pretty wonky. From Software did have their hands in this version, but Bandai Namco didn't fully listen to From Software totally, and because of this, the game mechanics and the game mechanics of the enemies are a little wonky, so it's a little difficult. For example, there are no radars. Now, when you're purchasing parts, how do you detect how do you detect an enemy? You have to look at your radar, right? And on your radar, it tells you whether you have friendlies or enemies. Friendlies used to be in blue. Enemies were in red. Neutral targets were in white. Those 3 colors became embedded into your head altogether. Sometimes, PlayStation 1, they were green. In PlayStation 2, they were blue. So, but pretty much the same thing. Blue or green, doesn't matter. Enemies were always in red. Always. And as long as the enemies are in red, you know, as soon as you see a red blot, the red dot on the radar, get ready for a fight, because here they come. At least the radar gave you an idea on whether to get ready or not. Because there was no turning back. When your armor points got low, there's no repair kits like there is now. Repair kits never existed until this game came out. Verdict Day never had repair kits. Armored Core Verdict Day was exactly true. The mechanics behind Armored Core Verdict Day were pretty spot on. Now, why they couldn't take the same mechanics and roll that over to this game is beyond me. Sega's version, when Sega made the game for PS3, they had repair kits. And I couldn't stand it because the repair kits were stupid. Because having a repair kit means that they're going to dump more enemies in your face than the AC can handle. And you're being forced to use repair kits. Well, see, the thing is, if they're going to dump more enemies in your face, you need better weapons to do so. That means they're going to give you... They're not going to give you as good of weapons now. See, now, you have to understand, in the old days, they had to give you weapons that were okay. They had to give you decent weapons. They had to give you the opportunity to defend yourself. Because there was no turning back. There's absolutely no turning back whatsoever. Think of it. There's no turning back at all. So, let me try a mission. Let me show you guys how much trouble I'm having with these missions. I'm going to take you in the mission I'm having the most trouble with, and after the mission's over, I'm going to explain to you guys what my big problem is, and after the mission's over, I'm going to explain to you why I'm having trouble with this mission and what the deal is, and how this mission can be fixed. Because the way it stands right now, there's absolutely no way you could fix this mission. Every mission is beatable, as long as you could find the right parts and buy them. Now, if the parts exist in the shop, that's my fault. If the parts don't exist in my shop, that's their fault. This problem is their fault, and I'm going to show you guys why right now. Not this mission, this mission. We're going to try, I'm going to show you guys this mission first. Now I'm going to show you guys why this game is broken. After this is over, I'm going to explain to you guys in the garage why this is broken. And what Bandai Namco did wrong. Now look on my screen, right?
I've been checking the perimeter, and I'm picking up nothing.
Do you see a radar on my screen, guys? Do you remember what the radar looked like? It was like a upper right hand corner. There was like a circle or a square, right? There's no radar in this game. This game has no radar. They have a HUD and like heads up detector. That's it. See it right there? That's all they have. They have heads up detector. See that? The scanning mode? This This was from the Sega's version of this game. That was called a scan. Sega had scan mode. You pushed the button and activated scan mode. And in scan mode, it activated. If the scan mode was like a radar, it was like activating radar. Okay, that's what scan mode was. Okay. Now in scan mode, or you could just walk around and do your thing, and any enemies would just show up like they normally would. Again, you had no radar. Enemies would just suddenly pop up out of nowhere. Get out of scan mode into battle mode, and you're ready to go. It was annoying, but it was doable. This game takes a head nod to the Sega version, except it's 10 times worse. Push the down button on the D-pad, activates this scan wave. If there's any enemies within that scan wave, they will pop up instantly. Which means you have to spend the entire game doing that. The entire game, you're going to spend the entire round doing that. Why? Because you have no radar detector. There's no radar detector at all whatsoever. So enemies will not suddenly pop up on your screen, on your HUD anymore. You have no radar up in the upper right hand corner of this game. Okay, guys? Because there's no radar on the upper right hand corner, which means it doesn't scan. You have nothing scanning at all. One thing you have is by pushing down the D-pad, and that does its thing. And if there's any enemies within that scanning area, they will pop up. Okay, guys? So think of it this way. That right there is your objective area. In the Armored Core for PlayStation 3, you had to go to that objective area first. Okay, guys? Once you went to that objective area, then something happened and it gave you a new objective area to go to. That's the way it was in Armored Core 3. Now, there is no objective area, which means you have to scan. And if there's no objective area, you have to scan. And you have to walk around. Now, is this level front and back? Or does this level go left and right? You don't know. You just came from right, so obviously right's not the answer. So let's try left. See if there's any enemies going left. Anything going left, technically. Again, you can't drag. You cannot drag, you cannot run. Nope, see? You can't go this way. This way is blocked. Which means, if there isn't any doors going this way, they're not accessible. Only hope is this direction. Because we came from this direction, any enemies that come from this any enemies will come from the right hand side. Now we know, because we can't go this way, we know to stick to the right side now. Go to the edge, look down. Look down, scan. It's retarded. It's completely retarded. We should have radar doing this instead. But because we don't have radar, we have to basically do this. this retarded bullshit, every time we move, we have to do this. I thought as soon as Sega, I could have sworn, as soon as Sega gave up Armored Core, I thought we'd be behind this shit, but nope. Bandai Namco decided to snatch up what Sega did, one of the worst games in Armored Core history, and started to integrate it within this game, and they ruined the game. This game has nothing in common with the original version. Now, if we've dropped down from a height that big, the AC legs would be completely destroyed. But I guarantee you, if I drop down from that height, we'd be fine. Or we could use the hyperjets, which have existed since the first game, and we could try to aim for that. But if you look, there's nothing really up there. All the action's probably down there, most likely. So let's try to land on whatever this is. We'll try scanning again. So far we know, up here, there's nothing there. Now we're going to try and fly. Whoa. See, there we go.
621. Watch its shots and see where they're coming from.
See that? Every time you scan, they realize that someone's there and they start firing at you. And that's how it's done. Remember, push down D-pad, scan, down D-pad, scan.
621. Continue the investigation.
I know this sucks. It's nothing like the original Armored Core. They took a head nod from Sega's retarded gay game, which sucks. I'd rather have Verdict Day than have this utter crap called the game. Sega ruined Armored Core for good, and now Bandai Namco is going to ruin it for all of us now. Instead of doing exactly what they did, instead of doing what From Software did for Verdict Day, they decided to follow Sega's lead and get rid of the radars. And by getting rid of the radars, instead of having scan mode, they made you scan on your own. So in a way, you have a radar. Yes, you have to constantly be doing this. See, if you don't scan often, see, you won't know that the enemy's there. He's unaware of my existence, of my appearance. Yeah, listen. See that? Hear that noise? That means we killed him. Stay at it. Yep, he died. Again, guys, This game is retarded as hell. Every 5 seconds, you're scanning every 5 seconds. Why? Because you have no fucking radars in this game. This game has no radars at all. And there's no scan mode either. You have to always constantly manually scanning. You're pushing down on the D-pads.
It's got you in its sights.
See now, pushing down on the D-pad didn't work. Why? Because the scan only goes a certain distance, and that's long range. Now, how did he find me? And I'm not able to find him. And how come I know he's there, but I can't see him? Unless they have some kind of stealth technology. If so, I mean, it's not this unfair. It just would be nice. See that right there, the HUD recognizes somebody there. See the HUD? It popped up, enemy popped right there. See that? The square? There's an enemy right there. Letting me know there's an enemy right there. So I might be able to get... might be able to fire just as the box pops up. These missiles require no lock. Nope. See now, I thought because these missiles require no lock, all you need to do is just have them get recognized, fire, and it'll hit him. Obviously, that's not the case. So how I have to get literally right next to him? It's bull. It's ridiculous. Because as soon as I get right next to him, he's going to fly away and I won't know where he is. So this is a cat and mouse game. The entire mission is a cat and mouse game. He's going to hide in every goddamn dark corner of that map. And this mission, there's thousands of dark corners. It's bullshit. It honestly is total bullshit. This game has turned into one shit show after another. It sucks, but it is what it is, guys. This game in general, since Bandai Namco has taken over the Armored Core series, the only good thing that came out of Bandai Namco was Armored Core Verdict Day. Their attempt at making a one-player version, which is this game, is a total shit show. This game is a complete garbage. Nothing is the way it's supposed to be. This game is not the way it's supposed to be. I played Armored Core Verdict Day is a one-player game. It's only a one-player game. This is not how it's supposed to be played. Sega did a game like this. I couldn't stand it. I beat two missions. I put the game down, tossed it in the garbage. I flat refused to play any more missions in that game. The game was garbage. It was trash. That Armored Core game was absolute trash. And this one is trash. I'm kind of glad I don't have the PlayStation 5 because I will not be buying the next Armored Core game. If they make another one, I will not be buying it. Because anything like this trash, I won't be buying it. And I probably won't be completing this game either. Because if every mission is going to be this trashy, I'm not going to be playing it. It's garbage. The game is trash. The weapons are trash. The mech is trash. The game mechanics are trash. Everything is trash. From Software would never make a game like this, ever. Their name is on it because they own the rights to it. But they did not make it. Bandai Namco made it. And their name is on it. Their name is on sitting right there in black and white on the box. So Bandai Namco made this game. This game is trash. Don't bother. I've been playing every Armored Core since the very first one in PlayStation 1. I played every single Armored Core, and I've beaten every single Armored Core. In fact, I played every Armored Core 3 times. I've beaten it 3 times. I loved playing the game so much that I beat the game over and over again. Because I loved playing it. I don't mind playing the game over and over and over again. This game, I got past the 4th mission. I said, I've been on this mission for months now. I won't go past this mission. I've been stuck on this mission for months now. This is the last time I'll be doing a live stream on this game, because I don't think this is worth it. I don't think this is worth my time on doing a live stream on anymore. Even though I love Armored Core, I'm an Armored Core addict. And let me tell you something, if you could do live streams on PlayStation 3, I would do a live stream on PlayStation 3 like you would not believe. I would jump in Verdict Day, and you would see the best goddamn live stream you've ever seen in your entire fucking life. Let me tell you something, if they had live streams for PlayStation 3, you would have seen the best goddamn live streams you've ever seen in your lifetime. Let me tell you something, I had some awesome gameplay in that game. Absolutely outstanding gameplay. Me and my friends, all. We had some amazing gameplay back in the PS3 era. But there was no live streams. And because there was no live streams, I couldn't put it on YouTube. And because I couldn't put it on YouTube, couldn't do live streams, so all I could do is just play at home with my friends and have fun. Which is great. But you guys couldn't enjoy the show. Now you guys here, you guys can enjoy the show, but the game sucks so bad, I don't want to play it. This game sucks so bad, I don't want to be bothered with this game. Which really sucks for you guys, because you guys are probably looking forward to seeing this game in action. But you know what? I'm not going to be the person to show this game to you anymore. Because this game, as far as this game goes, I'm done, guys. This is the last time I'm ever going to make a video on this game. And it's a goddamn shame, because I used to love Armored Core. But Bandai Namco has ruined Armored Core for me completely. Verdict Day was awesome. The only reason why it was great was because they didn't charge you for multiplayer. There was no such thing as PlayStation Plus. So anybody can play a multiplayer game. Anybody. You can just go in there, play multiplayer all you want, and it doesn't cost you any extra. So everybody and their mother was enjoying the game for what it was. This game has a multiplayer mode. I bet you $1 million nobody plays the multiplayer mode in this game. Wanna know why? Because nobody wants to pay for PlayStation Plus. That's why. PS Plus is garbage. They're gonna charge you $23 a month to play online with your friends. Nobody wants to pay that amount of money when the system costs the cost of a system you could put a down payment on a new car. Dead serious. For what it costs you to buy a brand new game system these days, that's a down payment for a car, guys. That's insane. You could put a down payment on a car, or you could buy a brand new game system. priorities. Get your priorities straight. So what do you want to do? Buy a PlayStation 5? Brand new? Okay. Then guess what? There's your down payment right there. You're screwed. You have to figure, what's your priorities? Going to work or a PlayStation 5? You know what? Screw the PS5. I'm going to work. I'm done. That's exactly what's happening these days. And the only reason why I got a PS4 is because I was able to get one at a really cheap price as the prices were starting to go down, and the games prices were going down because the PlayStation 5 was coming soon. So I was able to get the price at a reasonable level, and by now everybody's on PS5 and I'm still on PS4, and I don't give a shit because I'm doing videos on this game and that's it. So that's the way it is. That's the way life runs, guys. Anyway, enough of my ranting. I'm done with this game. No more videos on this game unless people want to say it. I'm done until further notice. If you desperately want to see more content on this game, please comment down below, whether you're in PlayStation Network or you're in YouTube. Comment down below. Yes, more content for this game. Please, Mike, more content, please. If you're in YouTube, I need you to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below. Mike, yes, please, more Armored Core. And you know what? Just for you, I will make sure to do more Armored Core content, and I'll make sure I find a way of beating that goddamn that goddamn level. But until then, I'm going to try and beat it off stream and do the best I can, because I'm not covering this game anymore if this game is going to consistently do this to me. So consider this the final Armored Core stream from this player who's been playing since day one. So I have been playing the Armored Core series since day one, and this will probably be the last time I play it. Well, on stream is the last time I play it anyway. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you're watching from YouTube, I need you to like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. If you're watching me from PlayStation Network, I need you to comment down below. I need you to follow me. And thank you very much for watching the live stream, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.